Where's the video?
How do I have?
What do you mean? I thought we were watching a video.
No. We are the ones on video.
What?
Dude, we make content.
Are you on? I thought we were watching a video and talking about it.
No.
Oh, all right.
The video's right here for part of it.
Because we've read books,
All
Dante.
right.
I'll find a YouTube video for you to watch.
All right, here we go. All right, so this is welcome back. I'm sure you've probably been listening to some gibberish for a little while, but we're back with our segment, High School. Today we are at Camp Barstool, as you can see by all the branding around us. We're having a great time, and all of us have partaken in a little bit of what the French like to call marijuana. And because of that, we are now a little bit high. What?
Oh.
What, Kate? What? What's the
I thought you
problem?
were going to say we all have partaken in a little bit of Mountain Dew, so when you said marijuana,
Well, we had to.
We have all done the dude multiple times today.
We're hyped up on.
doing both.
We're
We're
hyped
doing
up on
both.
both for sure.
Do you know that
this
story?
is a bad look.
No.
Start
No,
over.
no,
No, we can't start over. That was a great look.
All right.
All right, so we're
Yes.
gonna do today's high school. We're gonna be talking about explorers. Donnie is going to talk about some. Chief is going to talk about some, and we're all going to chime in. And at any time, anybody that's sitting here, which if you're listening on the audio version, it's Kate, Chief, me, Donnie, White Sox Dave, and Dante are all in the room, and we got high, and now we're gonna talk a little
We
bit
did.
sports.
And raise your goddamn hands if you have any questions.
That's exactly right.
Chaps is allowed to interrupt me, but I mean the rest of you, I want to see that hand up high.
It is cool. It's cool.
You can interrupt me as well.
Oh, all right. What an honor.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're a substitute high school teacher.
True.
The rest of you guys can too. I'm kind of a pushover.
Okay.
All right, Donnie, our Chief, why don't you go ahead and start?
All right. So this is a book I read 2 summers ago. It's called River of Darkness. And that's why I'm having a hard time remembering things today. But Dave was like, no, we did River of Doubt. This is a different story. So this is Spanish conquistadors. And we've already had Cortez in Mexico at this point. We've already had Francisco Pizarro doing the Incas. And
Doing the Incas.
Doing the Incas.
Is that what we call it?
He did them in.
Yes, yes, he did. Yep.
But so they were like finding, like, there's all kinds of silver mines in Peru. They're making a shit ton of money. And another commodity that was like huge in Europe at the time, you could build an empire on, was cinnamon. So the Francisco Pizarro had a group out in Peru, and they sent like I can't remember, like a couple of boats worth of guys, 40, 50 people over the Andes because they were looking for cinnamon. Like, cinnamon was such a cash crop at that time that people were like, this can be my claim to fame. I can be the next Cortez. I can be the next Pizarro. So this guy, not Dave, I need your help with this because I can't roll my R's or L's.
I can't do that.
Oh, I thought you were a Spanish
can't.
guy.
Yeah, he's fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
You can't roll
Francisco
R's.
Orellana.
Bordiana.
He can
Orellana.
do it.
That did not roll my
Try
R's at
again.
all.
Let me hear again.
Bordiana.
No, that was fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, Kate,
Bordiana.
you say
Hey.
it. Francisco Orellana.
He sent him over the Andes.
Sent him over the
Francisco.
Andes.
And to find cinnamon,
Oral, yeah.
Yeah.
that was good. To
Je
find,
m'appelle Clau.
Cinnamon was the thing.
yes. He sent him over to find some cinnamon, but he was also thinking like, okay, we just found the Incan Empire. Cortez found
Correct.
the Mexican Empire. We might find another rich empire.
And like the other natives in Peru on the west side of the Andes were telling them about these civilizations up and over the Andes, and there was like a name for it. It's like La Calena. So it's like Canelo, the boxer, that means cinnamon. He's a redhead. So this is La Canela. This is the land of cinnamon. So they were like told about this by natives. Like, there's so much cinnamon. So like, get out of
shocking
our
that-
neighborhood.
I bet they were shocked that it came from bark.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who would have ever thought you look at a tree and be like, you know what? I should grate that
I'm
over
gonna
toast.
eat that. yeah. Might grind up a little in my coffee. Yeah.
Not a lot of great barks out there,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
except for sassafras. Great bark. All right.
What's sassafras?
Isn't sassafras? Isn't that just like a bark?
I thought it was a drink.
I don't
It's a
know
tree.
what.
Trees
I'm
have
thinking of a
barks,
sarsaparilla.
and I think they
sure
brew.
what
I think they brew the bark to make
is
sarsaparilla. I think that's
silly.
why it's called Barks Root Beer. 'Cause it's made out of fucking bark.
Is it cork bark
Is that
too?
birch
No,
wood?
it's spelled with a
Cork and
Q. Bark.
Cork is
all right,
bark.
There's a lot of great barks out there.
Yeah.
I actually think cork is the number one bark.
Yeah, cork's probably top bark.
I wouldn't even call it a bark. That's like the inside of a tree.
Oh, I thought it was the
I'd
outside.
say a
Dante?
golden retriever.
Did you guys know cork is going extinct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So is rubber.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
Well, now we have synthetic rubber, but
Right.
do we have synthetic cork?
They do.
Yeah.
They have
Okay.
rubber corks. They have another material packaging guy. There's another cork.
Now you want to know plastic? You ask.
Yeah. And there is a rubber cork. There is the screw caps, so you don't even really need a cork as much. And then there is one that looks more like a regular cork. That's a synthetic cork. So
All right, so they went over the
Is this
Andes.
gonna be like in that movie Dog Show where he's like pine nut?
no,
whiskey nut.
guys, I'm ending the bark conversation right now. Back to history.
you got us on.
No,
the
I know,
bark.
and I had a great time doing it. It's done.
Don't
It's
flat
fucking
out
done.
end it.
It was great. It's over.
Table it for a minute.
Okay.
We'll just table it for a second.
I'll be honest. I want to hear more, but put it to my head. I couldn't tell you who we're talking
You can say
about.
gun.
Francisco Orellana. You said his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Orellana.
right.
Orellana.
He went over the Andes
He went over the
Over the
Andes.
Andes.
Okay,
Got
so
it.
they get over.
into the Amazon.
It's if
Cinnamon.
they're at like
Who are
what do you call
very
the top
mad
of
at
a
us right
river?
now.
Like the start of a river? What's that called?
Mouth.
Oh,
The
the
mouth.
That's
Yeah.
the end
The
of it.
source.
The source.
yes.
They're
yeah,
at like the
they
very
found-
beginning of the Amazon River. And nobody had been over the Andes before, so no one knew what was beyond them. And so they start going down and looking for the land of cinnamon. Everybody starts dying. People are getting sick. People are starving to death. And so you had the groups kind of split off. And you had Francisco Orellana. He's like, we're going to go ahead. And then a bunch of like Pizarro's guys went back. And that's important later. So he goes, what?
Yeah, no, because I think that they didn't even mean to split up at first. At one point, they were like, "You guys go and scout like 10 miles down the river."
Yeah.
They got 10 miles down. They're like, "This current's too strong.
They couldn't go back.
There's no way we are
So
going
it was
back."
like we can't, and they had been like going over the mountains already. They were carrying a ton of supplies. People were. It was like the most miserable trip ever. So they decided, all right, we're just gonna see where this river goes, and it was the Amazon, and no one had been there before, and they start going down, like their boats are falling off, and like this is all like quote unquote official record because they had a friar on board and he was just journaling about like the day's adventure every day. He was taking like very detailed notes, and that's what this.
I'm making French fries again. I'm making it because I take him as a literal fryer.
Yeah.
Boats did always
Another
need a deep fryer
day
back
of
then.
nuggets for me, the fryer.
All right.
Sorry.
What have you guys scavenged to throw in the deep fryer tonight, boys?
Oh,
Can I
you
say
meant
one
like
more thing? Sorry.
FRY.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
You got there.
Do you know what gives me the ick
What?
in a man? Dying in the land of cinnamon. You can't do that.
He
That's some
hasn't.
pussy ass shit.
He hasn't died yet.
Some
Okay.
of them have.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that
some of them
sucks.
have, but
Yeah.
our boy, whatever.
Orellana.
Or yeah, or
Orellana.
Fellas, is it gay to die in the land of cinnamon?
It
okay.
gives me the ick a little bit.
Orleana is still alive at this point, though, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
I just
yeah, this
barely.
is 500 years ago. But yeah, he's
crushing
it. Yeah, he's still alive. A lot of his guys are alive. That friar guy is still alive. And so,
Hot fries, yeah.
yeah, so they start going down, and they don't really see anything for a while except for jungle. They're just going down the Amazon, and it's getting to the point where there's like notes in the journal like we're considering cannibalism. Like they're like eyeballing Dante, they're eyeballing Dave, being like, I don't know, are those the guys we should eat to stay alive? They're having debates about it, and then they keep going down and they hear like drums in the distance. Dante,
Were they floating or walking along down the river?
they're
Floating.
down, they're in boats.
They're in boats?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and so they're in these, and they hear these drums in the distance. And this is like the first natives that they encounter. And so they're like, well, we're either going to starve to death on this boat or these natives are going to kill us. So they might have food. So we got to just risk it. Maybe they won't kill us. So they dock their boats and the natives like scatter, but they're having a feast. So they were just like, oh, free food. So that like they got all this shit and were eating, and that allowed them to stay alive longer. Then they continue down the Amazon. then they meet some hostile tribes. So the hostile tribes, they said they're like raining arrows on them. So they're going down the boat or down the river in their boats, and they're just from the shores. Natives are just shooting all kinds of arrows at them. So it's like a very like every day is like worse than the next. And how long is the Amazon? Can we look that up?
Longest river on the planet.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Let's all guess. I'm gonna guess.
This is a Chaps question.
I'm gonna guess 3,700 miles.
Okay.
You want to look that up on your phone?
I'm looking. I looked.
You
it
said
up.
3,700?
Yeah.
All right, that's actually not a bad guess.
I looked it up too. Kate, did you look at my?
2890.
You did not look at my phone. Who's next?
2,800 miles.
2890.
No, you know what? I'm going higher. I'm going to send it 4,100. Final answer.
Wow. The bravery.
I'm gonna go. No, so it's a Mercator projection. It's gonna be lower than you think.
It's a Mercator projection.
I'm gonna guess 2,500
Okay.
Okay.
Dante, how long is the Amazon?
Mercator.
because it's on the
That's not a
equator.
real thing.
It's a Mercator.
I think that's why it's longer. I think
This is like actual
Okay.
miles.
All right.
I'm
I think-
looking at a map.
I think it's like 4,000.
Okay.
Dante's the closest. It's 39.77.
Okay.
So
But he
also
went
dead
over. I
on.
said 3,700.
Dante, Price is Right. You're up.
Yeah, I went over.
So,
Yes.
so long ass fucking river.
Long ass river.
That is crazy.
This is kind of the sequel to the last one we did because we talked about the River of Doubt when Hemingway went up the Amazon the other direction.
Right.
These guys are coming from the
Right.
Andes, though.
And it had already been mapped when Hemingway did it, largely a lot by this
Yeah, he
guy.
claimed to be going down like a side river that hadn't been mapped or
Okay.
You guys
whatever.
talking
But
about Roosevelt?
these guys, keep in mind, the guys you're talking about, first Europeans ever
Yeah.
to be on the Amazon.
by
Kate,
accident.
you shut the fuck up.
by accident.
By accident,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yeah.
Chief, so what happens? So they encounter
Yeah.
these hostile tribes and then
I
what?
hear the
So-
drums. The arrows are coming.
Right. So but they're like there's accounts of like all these like cities and they're like organized and they have this like kind of technology. So you're expecting them to be like primitive natives. What they described were not. So they're like, this is like a wild, like, where the fuck are we?
Yeah, I think they reported towns of like 10,000 people, which is was a lot.
That's a
Yeah.
big town, yeah.
So, and then this gets into why the Amazon is called the Amazon too, because they encounter this tribe of like warrior women. So the Amazon, I believe, is like Greek mythology for warrior women. So they ran into a tribe, and they're like, "We're fighting all these fucking women," and it's like, what is this? And they're like, they're the Amazon
Can you
women.
imagine
And
getting killed by women in the land of cinnamon?
They were big women, Kate. Okay, they were fucking 7 feet tall.
couldn't be me.
It
Couldn't
was
be
like
me.
Brianna Tarth.
Yeah. They're all Brianna's. There's accounts of them running into like albino tribes too.
Yeah.
So,
Can you
anyways,
imagine getting killed by an albino woman in the land of cinnamon?
yeah,
Riding one of those.
I should
dolphins
say
with
they
albinism,
they never found this supposed land of cinnamon. So none of them actually died there. They were just looking for it.
Imagine to
Yeah,
have
so
claimed it,
they
though.
they found 0.0 grams of
I
cinnamon.
believe
on this journey.
that's
yeah.
the case.
Because
Yeah,
does cinnamon even grow in the Amazon?
I don't think so. I think it's primarily in Asia.
yeah, I thought so too.
The Spice Islands.
Yeah. So they probably had
The
cinnamon in
Moluccas.
Europe from like
I think that's what they're actually called. Malacca. Malacca me some spices.
Did anybody know that's why the Amazon's called the Amazon? From this guy's journal?
I feel like that.
That's pretty cool though.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, it's good. Malacca me some spices.
spice joke.
Yeah. It's just like a spice pun. So, how are these guys doing? They can't be
They're
doing
not
well.
doing
right?
well.
Yes.
They're not doing well. And like that thing where they're like thinking about cannibalism, like that comes up like multiple times. And then like Oriana is like credited with making sure the crew doesn't eat each other and have a mutiny and all that kind of shit. So they continue down. They get to this stretch because they would like sleep on the boat sometimes. Sometimes they would like get off and forward to try to find food and like, sleep on the ground. They run into this part of the Amazon where they're like, there is no ground. Like it's just treetops, but it's like floodplains in the Amazon. So
Mangrove
they
swamps.
right. So they're like trying to find land, like canoeing and shit between these trees, and they're like, we can't find any like where the like. Imagine it's like being in fucking Avatar.
Yeah.
Like nothing is real. And they're like animals you've never seen, and fish, people. It's like this is the most insane adventure ever that you didn't intend to go on. You're just looking for some fucking cinnamon, and they can't. They can't. Yeah,
we take cinnamon for granted. These days.
We really do.
We're like, oh, fucking cinnamon again.
Yeah, that shit's
Oh
99
wow!
cents.
My dad puts cinnamon on the French toast. Cool, Dad.
99 cents.
99 cents still at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
That's insane. That shit's expensive everywhere else. Cinnamon? Wait,
It was
you
expensive back in the 1500s.
Sure
I'll tell you that
was,
much.
yeah.
It was
Sure
worth it.
was.
Cost people their
Weight in
lives,
gold.
Donnie.
Yeah,
on the Amazon.
Cost people their lives.
Far too many.
yeah.
Far
Too many people died over cinnamon.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're like constantly like trying to be like, where should we go? So they'll go down these tributaries, and like, well, we just got to go back to the main river. So they're like, kind of like when they're looking for solutions, they end up accidentally like mapping a lot of the Amazon too, because they're just like, we have to find, like, we can't, where the fuck are we? We can't get out of here. So they continue sailing down, and like their boats are falling apart. Like they have these canoes, basically like giant canoes, and they keep falling apart from wear and tear of the river. So they like dock, essentially, cut down trees, build new canoes in the middle of their journey. All right, we'll keep going.
And you're
down
not
the river.
doing that with a DeWalt power tool.
No,
You're doing
like,
that with like a fucking spoon.
whatever they had. Yeah,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
an ice cream
I was going
scoop.
to say hatchet. But
Crazy.
it's probably,
Yeah.
it was probably a spoon at this point. It probably started off as a hatchet. Now they just have like a spoon.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
fucking.
The friar's like, where the fuck's me spatula?
Where's me spatula?
Yeah.
Where's my goon spoon?
So
Can't get the
and,
goons
like,
out of the fryer.
And this trip, like, we'll all be ready to get out of here when the like we're having fun now. But a couple more nights on those beds, we're like, all right, get me home. This trip took a year, like just about a year going down the river, with like people dying and like all like natives, all the shit we've talked about.
I would rather kill myself than do that. Like even knowing if like people are going to talk about it 700 years later, I would rather kill myself than go on that
We're
mission.
gonna circle back to that because go ahead.
Is this like I'm not trying to be funny, but was this like a suicide mission? Because how did they know where
They
were going to end up?
So
and
they just
how they
couldn't-
were going to get back?
We talked.
They didn't have
couldn't
no
get,
idea
They knew
where
they
they were.
couldn't get back. Like that was why they're down the river. The currents were too strong when they started, so they went like ahead to look for food and stuff because people were starving, and they just couldn't get back upriver.
Yeah, like let's keep in mind when they found that river on the other side of the Andes, they didn't know it was the largest river on the planet.
Right.
They were like, "This is a river; it could help us travel a little farther." And then all of a sudden, they're just swept up, and they're like, "Oh,
And on it
fuck."
for a year.
Yeah.
Right, and so
That's
Crazy,
and
man.
so they finally get down to like the mouth of the Amazon. So it's like we've been on this thing for a year, almost 4,000 miles. We're exhausted, dead, disease, all this shit, and it's like, well, now where are we? We're in the Caribbean, the Atlantic Ocean. So their only option is, well, these canoes can't get in the ocean. So chop down more trees. They built seafaring ships from scratch, like on like the beach, basically. Sailed up into the Caribbean using the stars somehow. This is where it's like
This sounds like they went and hid in a motel in Jersey from their wives, and they're like, "We better come up with a good story." Like, this doesn't sound.
babe, I was just trying to get you
There
some
was
cinnamon.
so many arrows, babe. You wouldn't.
You were there with
women were
Francis.
coming
The
at you.
Amazon has like cities, bro.
Francisco is who you were with.
Yeah.
That sounds a little gay, baby.
Yeah.
The land of cinnamon. Okay. No, I'm not.
Wait, so they got back?
So they build these like seafaring boats, and
Which you would hope from a boat.
yeah, well, I mean, the canoe can't go, like a rowboat can't go. They
Yeah.
had to build like a massive
Like
transatlantic,
Like a sail.
like
and
a
they
Nina
and
Pinta Santa Maria. Yeah.
That's what I'm
And so I
talking
think
about.
they sailed up north into the Caribbean
The original
first,
Big Three.
and then went all the way back across to Spain, and just navigating by constellations. And they get back, and they're like, "You would not believe what the fuck we just saw. We got cities of gold,
babe,
like
wake up,
yeah,
And everybody's like, okay.
Yeah. I think probably a lot of people were like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh, it was 4,000
No,
Dude,
miles.
imagine like the
that-
wildlife and animals they saw. Like they probably thought people probably thought they were
Imagine-
like,
There was
Imagine
hundreds.
It was
Anaconda.
Avatar.
Yeah.
It's
Anaconda.
Well, there was hundreds of thousands of species that they saw that no longer exist.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
that we've
too.
never seen.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, and now, like,
was
and they
neat.
would talk about these like big advanced cities that they would see on along the
Yeah.
Amazon, and then
I think that's probably the craziest takeaway. I mean, the whole story's insane.
Yeah.
But the fact that he reports, he was like, no, the Amazon was like very densely populated.
Right.
Like there was like, we would just be passing a bunch of towns and cities. And like now when you think of the Amazon,
But-
it's like,
well, and no one's there, but they, and people are like, well, maybe he was full of shit, you know, maybe
Yeah.
it was just sensationalized and whatever, and trying to make a story for their wives, the whole thing. And then now when they do so, because when they, by the time Westerners went back to these places, it was kind of how we envision it.
and it was because of the like smallpox and
Right.
diseases that
Yeah.
these guys may have brought.
Right. And then the jungle just swallowed up these places whole. So people are like, oh, like Orellano's crew, like they were full of shit. But then now that they're doing the LiDAR,
The
they're
the
seeing
thermal
a
imaging.
lot of these like clear, like these were, you know, man-made structures that could have been a big civilization in the heart of the Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because we think of the Amazon now as like an agricultural graveyard, like there's not a lot of farming there, but
Right.
then they found like this type of soil.
True.
Do you remember the
It
name
was
of it?
like, I don't, but it was,
Phloem?
wasn't
I
it,
don't
was
know.
like, it's like made from like bat shit and stuff, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah,
It's some
it was
weird type
one
of
of the first documented like
Yeah.
composting from
Right.
like indigenous.
Yeah,
tribes.
but
Yeah.
this type only exists in the Amazon,
Right.
And they've found it kind of like clearly in certain areas that it's been like it was put there because people were farming. Like, where's my phone? I gotta
I don't know.
look up the yeah. I would love to know what this is called. One of you guys search magical soil of the Amazon. In the land of cinnamon. No, don't search
How
that.
pissed do you think that the ghosts of these guys are? Watching a bunch of like
Yeah,
teens in
like-
2013 do the cinnamon challenge and just waste.
Yeah, it's okay.
Realize what
You
they're
did the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
so
probably
it's called
super pissy.
Terra Preta or Amazonian dark earth, and it's a man-made soil. So like this soil is found all throughout the Amazon, and it doesn't occur naturally. So they were like this was made by the ancient farmers
Yeah.
of that area.
That's like,
yeah.
This isn't like the same thing, but this story always stuck with me when they're talking about ayahuasca. Have you heard that? Where they go to the natives in wherever they were doing it, and it's made from two plants that don't really grow necessarily near each other. Like how of all the thousands of species, like you found these two, and in order to have an ayahuasca trip, you have to combine them because one's like an inhibitor, so your liver can't like processes it different, and you go to fucking outer space. And they're like, "How did you figure out how to do this?" And they're like, "Well, the plants told us how to do it." It was like,
Dude.
what the fuck does that like?
Whoa.
Yeah, like
That's awesome.
yeah.
Because do those two types of plants like naturally grow near each other?
No,
At least,
well,
or
like in the
not?
same general, but it's not like
Not
they're-
like side by
no,
side,
they're not
naturally.
like a symbiotic. It's just like they somehow figured it out.
And when you're living in the Amazon, you have a lot of time to just
Fuck around.
Smoke stuff.
fuck around with plants.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, what else are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Be like, I wonder what this plant does.
yeah.
And eventually you're gonna strike gold.
So that was the other thing with his return to Spain. Pizarro, who is still like he was back in Peru on the coast. He had like sent letters back to like communications back to Spain, being like, I don't know where Orellano went. They deserted us. Like, accused him of treachery. And Orellano gets there and he goes, no. We went down and like we met and so he shows like the maps and the journals and all these like we couldn't get back. This is like the most insane river you've ever heard of. So then the king and the queen like called back Pizarro and was like, hey, like called him back to Spain. And we're like, no, you're actually the pussy. Like you let them go on their own and you stayed back where it was safe. And so like his whole legacy, like in Spain, I want to say he might have been like murdered for this because it's like, you're the Pizarro who was like the conqueror of like a legendary conquistador. He was like, oh, like now it like Orellano like topsy-turvy the whole thing. Like, no, you're actually the pussy. You wouldn't believe what we've been through.
Yeah, I definitely think one of the Pizarros was murdered.
Yeah,
With,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're two. They were brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he became like this legend back in Spain, and then like he had, I think like a couple of years later, he was going to take a mission to go back to the mouth of the river, and I believe his boat sank. I think his like boat, like he died in a storm. I want to make sure I have that right though.
Yeah,
And that's kind of the end of his story.
I mean, it's kind of wild to like survive that whole thing and be like, I'm gonna go back. That is, and a lot of people did that. Like people who were like on the verge of cannibalizing their friends on like a whaling trip because their boat crashed. Well, then like they'll go back to Nantucket for a month and they'll be like, all right, it's time for another whaling trip. Like, aren't you gonna fucking hang up the harpoon after that, dude?
But
It's like you're on the verge of eating your friend.
For golden glory, though, people did a lot of things. I also feel like people were just dying all the time. Like they didn't care that. They're like,
Or you just
you're
really hate your
older
wife.
than
Like you
30,
get back
right?
home to the wife and kids for a month, and then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go back on the fucking whaling boat.
Yeah.
What's 46 minus 11?
30.
Great question. 35.
That is a great
He
question.
was only 35 when he died.
yeah.
So he did all that before 35. I'm almost 40.
And you've never conquered
I've
the Amazon.
never
Yeah.
conquered
And
the
dude-
Amazon or built a ship.
Don't get me started on Alexander the Great. Don't get me started on Alexander the Great. He had conquered the known world before the time he was 30, I think.
That's
What
crazy.
the hell?
Yeah, and then Julius Caesar, that pussy, he like was like crying one day, and he was like, "I'm the same age as Alexander the Great, and I haven't accomplished anything." And then he goes on to just like take over the Roman Empire.
Hey,
You pussy.
speaking
Shout
of,
out, but-
speaking of Alexander the Great,
Yeah.
who do you
love where
think
this is going.
who do you think set his library on fire and why?
I don't know if it's so the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know if it was his personal library, but it was like
It was
the
the
biggest
city that was
library.
named
It was
after.
started by the artifacts
Yes.
and everything that he compiled on his.
Oh yeah.
Conquering.
Okay. Who do I think set it on fire?
Yeah.
Is this a trick question? No.
No, I'm curious.
Oh, because it's not like I'm sure we can look. I'm sure there's a very
Oh
clear
no, I
answer
don't
to
know.
that.
There's just different theories.
There's different
and
theories. I
think
thought it was like
I
a
think
well
burned down multiple
documented.
times too.
Yes, but I don't think that's like a conspiracy or a mystery. I think it's just like these guys burnt it down. I'm not sure though. Who knows? Let's see.
It was the Catholic Church, Dante.
The Vatican. The
Yeah,
Vatican.
that's not
It was the Vatican.
Under the impression it was the Catholic Church.
Correct answer.
Probably.
That's just how
I mean,
Dante
legit
asks
probably.
anything
Ryan
at
did.
all. It's
Ryan
real
did.
conspiracy.
You know what? That's
He brought up
that
Alexander the
was-
Great. He
There
brought up
was the
Alexander the
church.
Great.
The fucking
No, that's fair. I mean, we got some people are saying it was Julius Caesar. It was also it was burnt multiple times. Julius Caesar, and then the Muslim conquest. Yeah, all we know is that that library's burnt the fuck.
So not the Catholic Church.
No,
It wasn't, but the Catholic Church did burn some libraries.
that's
Yeah.
what the Catholic
Yeah.
Church would want you to think. But that said,
yeah.
this kind of ties in with it
hard
too.
to argue.
This kind of ties in with it too.
It's hard
They've
to
been
argue.
asking me to
Yeah.
think
The-
a lot of things.
The ancient history really not being that well documented as we're like coming to learn more and more. What he said about the farmers and like the agriculture practices, why do you think that we're so like why do you think we think people back then were so much dumber and more primitive than we were when it's almost like they were actually like smarter with less technology and
So I think I'll just say one thing. Like the just when there was European contact in the New World, like it did. They say it wiped out up to like 90% of the entire population in North and South America.
crazy.
So it's like crazy when like the Pilgrims arrived, all these other explorers. It was just literally 10% of what used to be living in like those areas. So it's like that's why shit probably seemed even like more primitive than it once was.
wow.
Yeah, because there's that place down in Cahokia,
Yes.
the Cahokia Mountains. You know about this?
It's
So
right outside of
down,
St.
like,
Louis.
it's a
outside of
pyramid,
St.
yeah.
Louis. Yeah, they have like all these different pyramids, and they can tell by how much like human fecal matter is in like particular layers of soil to determine population. And it was something like 25 or 30,000 people.
I want to say 50, but
Something.
Wow.
Yeah. So at the same time, it was a bigger city than London. You know, like it was like
Yeah.
not an
Yeah.
empire, but it was
You
like
have
a
to
major
be advanced to
metropolitan
be
area.
able to keep that many people living in
I agree.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
just
sure.
like,
To be
just
able to
with, like,
support a population.
sanitation by
Yeah.
itself, like that's a huge issue back in the day. Like you don't have any like plumbing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just to know that how to actively feed that many people,
Yep.
like the ability to like cultivate land, all of that doesn't happen in huge
Yeah.
populations, and it definitely doesn't happen from a strictly quote primitive people.
no,
Right.
like cavemen can't do that.
No.
No.
And I think that they think that city, like the Mississippi River, just eventually changes course as it's wont to do.
Yeah,
And then just like it didn't make sense to have a city there anymore.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right down by that New Madrid. They could have had some big earthquake, and they're like, well, Mississippi's gone.
Dude, that's awesome. What's that book called again?
River of Darkness.
Great title.
Yeah.
True.
What made you read that?
I do usually. I haven't really done it this summer, like in a specific way. I usually do like a little reading theme, and I do like 2 or 3 books in a summer about. Like that summer, I did Explorers. So I did like Ernest Shackleton. I did a Lewis and Clark book, like that Undaunted Courage, and then I did this one. So I usually it's like pick a thing.
Their
Ab-
path has been proven by shit too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the mercury levels in their shit, that they've been able to like identify where their actual path was.
Lewis and Clark?
Yeah. I was going to ask.
Sacagawea, shout out.
Yeah.
Long time Stooley Sacagawea.
Long time, Stooley.
Brick by brick Sacagawea.
Carried that baby on her back.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
After reading River of Darkness, do Lewis and Clark kind of seem like pussies?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you think so?
No, because
Oh.
I don't know as much details about the Lewis and Clark expedition, so I'll have to read
it's
up
like
on
the
that.
same
I do want to
thing.
know more about that.
Yeah, I kind of just
Yeah.
know they met up with Sacagawea and they
Yeah.
like made it to Washington State.
But it's like
Sacagawea is an all-time name.
you can,
too.
but you can always travel. Yeah, it's a great name. Remember
Yeah.
they had those gold coins for a minute?
Oh yeah.
Those are great.
But those
And
were
they even
great.
had
But
Coke
sometimes
machines that
you'd
would
be getting
accept
like a
them.
subway ticket in Boston. You'd put in like a $20 bill and it would spit you out just fucking like
19
18
Sacagaweas.
Sacagaweas. And I'd be walking into the bar just
You got-
jingling.
You don't want a sack full of Sacagawea.
Just a fat sack of Sacagaweas in
It's
my
a great
pocket.
coin,
fanny
though.
pack of
It's a great coin.
Sacagaweas.
just spills out onto the counter.
But no,
Where'd you get all those Sacagaweas?
Just got,
You just fucking take the subway. You
Bouncer,
asshole?
get this guy out of here. You only brought
Look
Sacagaweas.
at this fucking dickhead. He loves Sacagawea.
Just tried to pay for his espresso martini with 22
You
Sacagaweas.
sackhead. Oh, Sacky.
The Lewis and Clark expedition, that really got put in perspective for me by watching that American Primeval.
I haven't seen that.
Dude, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody survived.
And that's the thing, like what they were at the end of the day, what they were looking for was what Orellana found in Brazil, like a water passage across the continent, because it is as bad as the Amazon obviously was. It's always easier and faster to move on a waterway than to do it by fucking wagon.
For sure.
And so like they were looking for what he had. So I don't think they're pussies. You know, I think that was like an arduous job.
I
would
never
never say
said I
any
thought Lewis and
more
Clark were pussies either. I just want that on the record. I just like wanted to know.
Level
if it-
of pussiness,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I want that on the record though.
No, the
Lewis and Clark were
the
not
record will
pussies.
so indicate.
In a way, they did it on purpose. Where Orellana was like, we have no choice. We got to go down this river.
Yeah,
So
They
they
were
were
lit-
they
they
knew
were-
what they were doing, and it's like, well, probably gonna die, but let's give it a shot.
Yes, Kate.
Did you see there's that dorky vacation you can take where for like 13 days this old man takes you along the Lewis and Clark Trail?
That would be fun.
I would do
that
that.
dorky? Are you kidding me?
But it'd be
No.
fun. I'm not judging. I would take it. But
I
it's
know
like,
this
it
asshole
depends.
that did this thing where he went camped
Only
outside
13
for a
days?
week and like
he's the rider
paid
boss a
to
little
do
bit.
this farming working, like got kicked by mules all week and shit like that.
What does this have to do with Lewis and Clark?
Yeah, similar vibes. And
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
The guy
Dante
who
went and
paid to
fucking
play
We're all
cowboy.
going next summer, guys.
Fauci'd a bunch of cows.
yeah,
I
all
would
going.
do it.
We're
I did
going.
not
I
make
would
the
do that
connection.
100%.
We're 100% doing
I think
it.
that's what
I'd love to
that's
do
what
a
I need
cow
to
drive.
jumpstart my
That's what we're
like
talking about.
He had a farm.
Teddy Roosevelt journey.
Dude.
Because right before Roosevelt became president, talked about it on the last one. He went out west and just like herded cattle,
Did you ever go to
put some hair in
Yellowstone?
his balls.
I've been
As
to
a kid.
Yellowstone.
Did you? He has like a little fort there. Not a fort, but kind of like a. I don't know if it's a fort.
Teddy
What's it-
Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Tell me
I
what
think
it
it's
looks
probably
like.
a monument or something because he was the one who invented the national parks, or created the national parks.
Right, but he has like a little,
Like
like
a little-
I don't know, like
like an outhouse?
pit stop. No, it's like a not a monument, but it's like a little fort to him, and it's named after Roosevelt.
Roosevelt?
You can pull in. It's on the loop. It's awesome. It's in like
What's
a
it made
really
out of?
picturesque like field with a hill. It's sick.
Teddy Roosevelt Fort, Yellowstone. I'll see if it exists.
It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're lying
It's
about
there.
this.
And it's
I
smack
really
dab
hope
in the
it's
middle of
there.
the
We're
land.
It
gonna
says-
find out. We are gonna find out.
Are you
if
thinking?
On Long Island.
Are you thinking of the Roosevelt Arch? It's just like it's like an archway.
Yes, that's it.
Okay,
But
All
there's
right.
like a little.
Wait.
There's like a little.
I mean, that's not a fort. It's just
Wait,
a fucking
what?
archway.
No, but there's like a little place where you can pull in and like go in and eat and.
Oh,
there's-
okay. Well, I'm
there's,
just
like-
looking at like a literally. Just
Yeah,
an
but they
archway.
have like.
Oh, there's a
They have,
gift
like,
shop.
no,
sick.
they have like plaques and stuff that tell like the story of everything he did for the parks
Is it
and all that.
like
And he did do a lot for the parks.
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shine your fort.
No, no,
No,
no.
that's
I'm just
great.
having
I know.
fun.
That's one of my favorite quotes. I feel like we've talked about it on some show before, but because that was like a very controversial thing to do, the national parks, and he was doing it all by executive order, and the people would be like, well, if this land is really for the people, let us mine it, let us do lumber, let us do like make the resources for the people so the people can benefit. And he's like, these parks are for the people still in the womb of time. Because it's like people who hadn't been born yet should be able to experience this wild nature, like this.
1,000% right.
Yeah, I
Wow.
agree.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like that quote,
Womb of time.
the
dude.
womb
That's
of
a
time.
badass.
Isn't that
That's a
awesome?
great quote.
Fuck. I'm gonna name my boat the Womb of Time. And just creep people the fuck out.
Oh, dude,
Oh, there goes Donnie out on the Womb of Time again, like 7 beers
if
deep.
you pass me on the Chicago River heading to Chinatown, I'd be like, that guy's got it figured out. That motherfucker's got it figured out.
I don't even know if that is a
Can I
great
get on
name
your
for a
womb?
boat, dude.
Dude, I actually
That
think
might be
it kind
too
it's
aggressive.
almost like
With
it's
the
island time. Like you're on the boat, it's like time doesn't,
Yeah, I'm
know,
back in
but I
my
love
mom's
that
womb.
quote.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Great quote.
But it's a great quote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I know we can
Nickname my
keep your
pussy.
Explorer for another time.
Yeah, because I think this was a nice, open and shut case. We
Yeah.
figured out the Amazon.
We
Yeah.
did. Yeah. And even though me and Donnie has had a lot of haters from the Amazon area lately.
Okay, yeah, that's all your fault, though.
That is not you.
So,
You said
I
it.
never dropped the C word.
What?
But-
Cocaine?
Yeah. So I was trying to guess the top 5
I thought you were gonna say
countries with
cunt.
the most airports, and then I finally guessed Brazil, and I was like, oh yeah, because they probably have a little like airstrips in the middle of the jungle, and those count as airports, and like. Chaps was like, yeah, for cocaine smuggling. Turns out Brazil does not make any cocaine.
They're
No.
fucking.
No, that's all Colombia and Peru. So now
Peru.
all the comments, it's now over like 1 million views, and people are not happy with Chaps.
Yeah, they're very.
We are not the cocaine country.
million
God damn
views,
it.
though.
I got called. I looked it up. I used C Translate. One of them called me, "Who is this redheaded pube beard goofy fuck?"
That's
ugly.
fair.
I feel like that was an overreaction.
Yeah.
Like I was just making a little goof.
Yeah.
And they're like, actually, Brazil invented the fucking airplane. Shut. No one cares.
No, you didn't.
And they were like, oh, would you like it if I talk shit about America? I don't care. Say whatever you
That
want.
is true.
Yeah,
But
there's
I'm
plenty
sure
of shit,
that
but we're
is, like,
still number
strikes
one.
a
Also,
nerve.
Brazil,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you have.
they
if
the
it's-
end.
If we're talking about like Montenegro, like I would be like, okay, like that's a small population. Brazil, you have 220 million people, and you're worried about me saying you got cocaine in the Amazon? Grow up, you pussies. Wow. All of Brazil is on my shit list. Fuck you, Brazil. You got nothing but jujitsu
I
people.
disown this. I love you, Brazil. I don't want that heat.
I don't know. He's kind of
I hate Brazil.
I've never had.
I kind of hate Brazil after
I
this. I kind of hate Brazil after this.
We
I
don't
can
hate
see
Brazil.
it.
If
If
I
I'm
had no
Brazilian,
qualms with Brazil, I've been a UFC fan, a pride fighting
No,
champion
they're being
fan.
dumb
I love
for
all
a
that stuff.
clip.
But you want to come at me and
Brazil.
call me red
No.
pube hair? And I am very
I want nothing
sensitive
to do.
about that, first of all.
Yeah.
Like I always have been. I want my beard to be thicker. You think this is when I want my beard plight to be? Absolutely not, Brazil.
Oh,
Give
and
me
also, I'm reading.
Also, I came up with a trivia question designed to make you look good because you have the second most airports of any place in the world.
Also, hold the fucking phone. I'm reading
4,900
an
airports.
article
That's impressive.
right now. I'm reading
It's
an article right here.
fantastic infrastructure in and around the Amazon.
Chaps, you're gonna love this. This is an article that came out in 2005. Brazil, what's that called? A colon. Cocaine rivers in the Amazon plague the region.
Oh yeah, look what we have here.
My.
Since Brazil stepped up its fight against illegal air transport, drug traffickers who transport drugs from producer countries to the Atlantic seaboards are increasingly using Amazonian waterways.
You can eat my whole ass from the back, Wanderlei Silva.
So the cocaine used to go from like Peru, Colombia up. Now that shit goes right through Brazil.
Yep.
And I guarantee you they use some airstrips.
We might consume it, but you produce it. The proof is in the pudding. All right.
They still don't produce it. I will not have that on my airways. Brazil does not produce cocaine, but there might be cocaine traffickers in the Amazon.
Yeah, or anywhere else, including
There's
America.
Their women are amazing.
No, we do drugs here.
Yeah.
We smoke drugs. Mm-hmm. And
Allegedly.
We technically.
okay. Cut that.
okay.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Dude. That was way out of left field. Cut that. Mute it. Oh my god. Oh, the Mercator projection or what was it?
Dave, you should be ashamed of
No,
yourself.
I enjoyed
I was
Dave's
on the right-
contributions to the show, but I wasn't prepared to hear someone talk about a Mercator projection. Mainly,
I was on the right track. I know I was.
Crazy.
You were.
That's
No, I
You
know.
were.
That's
That
the
was
thing where
that
the
was-
map is flat and Greenland looks huge, right?
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the length of the Amazon.
It's the Mercator.
I was gonna say you think it looks
You wouldn't
longer
get it,
because
dude.
it's on the
I
equator.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
but I think
Babe, it's
I think
totally
it
the Mercator
tracks.
projection. It's usually a lot
For sure.
longer than this.
I see those Instagrams all the time
The fucking
where
Yeah.
they talk
on
about
map.
that
I see
shit.
Instagrams too. All right, that's it for us
That's
on
really
this edition of High School.
My bad on
Thanks for
the
joining us.
other one though.